Welcome back to Valheim Mistlands. My name is Nilaus, and I will be your guide on this second part of this one. This is all about the Black Forest. You can see the meadows is this area, and I have been running around out here like an idiot, looking for the pine trees that make up the Black Forest. And today in this episode, I will be going through how to get a good start to the Black Forest, because the Black Forest, and like any zone, it is incredibly difficult once you start getting into it, because it's just a level up and you just don't have the equipment yet. So what we'll be covering is we'll be covering trolls, we'll be covering burial chambers for circling cores, we'll be covering how to mine tin, how to mine copper, and then we'll be doing our first smelter and furnacing, and then how to bring all the thing back to our place, and that will give us a good start. So the first thing is we need to find on the map somewhere where we have these pine forests and fir trees and pine forest. In my case, I found it up here, like really far away from my starting location, unfortunately, but that's kind of what it is. Now I would recommend that you build a little outpost here, because you can see up in the top right hand corner I am rested, but it's going to be not much time more for us to be rested, and therefore we need to be able to have a place to rest, repair, and sleep through the night. So let's do that before we head in. And this is on a good sort of edge to the Black Forest. I hope this is not a small Black Forest, but I hope it has a certain size to it. And this is our little house. It's not much, but it is enough for us to work with. We have resting, we can repair, we can sleep until the morning. And so it's morning, and we're ready to head in to the next area. We are fully rested and we're good to go. So here are the things that I think you should make sure you bring along. 100 fire arrows, because if you meet a troll, you're going to be kiting like crazy. I also bring a club, because we're going to be clubbing some skeletons, and they're just really convenient to have. So get those upgraded as far as you can. Get the weapons upgraded as much as you can. Well, leather depends on how much deer hunting you've been doing, but we are now ready to go into this area. The first thing we want to look for is we look for stone patches like this, because some of these stone patches are actually not stone patches, they are copper patches. So if we find those, that means this is copper, this is what we want to get. And then we also want to look for burial chambers, and burial chambers are where you can find the circling cores, which is an essential part for us to get to smelting. So, and also look out for trolls, because if you find a troll, you really want to kill them, but you really also don't want to be killed by them. So let's look for which of the things we find the first. So the first thing we found is very close by. This is a burial chamber. This is where we can find circling cores. It is full of skeletons. I love that you can parry ranged shots. It's brilliant. One of the biggest challenges the biggest challenge of the Black Forest is the absolute spam of units here. Like, you just endlessly go kill these, and it's ridiculous. So just trying to make sure that if we need to run out, we don't have this. All right. Anyway, let's head on in and get ready. That means I will be switching over to having my club in the first here. Alright, so we are good to go in here, and it is really gloomy in here, so take that. Whoops. Yeah, we got some company. If you stand up here, you can't be hit by these, so but you can smash them. They are like 3 hits on a normal skeleton is all you need with the club. Of course, need to make sure that you are leveled it. What we can find in here is bone fragments, not very interesting. And when you walk around any of these dungeons, caves, then always just follow one of the edges around. Never an exception. I always just do the left unless I do the right. So I'm gonna go left 3 around, open the door, go in, figure out what we have. Oh, that's not great. That one. That is pretty miserable. Well, I think I'm gonna go out just to get ready. Right, so what was that? That was a wraith, a ghost, and I think they're okay to kill with bows, I think. Come on, stand still. Yeah, I think they're okay with fire. And here's a really good tip to how to deal with them. Just stand here, because ghosts, they are pretty dangerous. Good. We are moving on further in, and we continue this path it also makes it easy for you if you want to run out, that you always know where it is. All right. We are making good progress and we are getting something rewarding. This is why we're here. Circling cores. These are needed. You need 5 of those to make 1 furnace and one smelter. So yeah, we got 4 of those and we need 5, but you also need them for teleporters. You need a lot of those. So that was already somewhat valuable, despite the fact that it was only like a little teeny tiny thing. Yeah. And we really want to find 1 more to be happy. Thank you. 1 more. All right. And we also look for chests. So this is generally this is actually a very representative one. You get 5 circling cores. You get a bit of amber and some amber, pearls, and maybe a ruby. Those are just gold. You can trade for stuff that you need in later on when you get to the merchant. But we don't have that. And you'll need to find a few of these to get it. What I do on the map is when I have one, I just mark it out because I still want to indicate that it's here, but I just also want to indicate that I have now taken it. Otherwise, when next time I find it, I think it's one that I've missed. Cool. We are out into the world again. And what we're going to continue, Maybe we find more of this. Maybe we find some copper. Maybe we find a troll. It's just, that's just how our luck goes. Well, look at that. We not very far. You can see back here in the background, that's where we were before. And right here we found another burial chamber. So let's mark that on the map. Burial chamber. And on top of that, right where we're standing, we found a copper deposit. So I'm also marking that here. That is copper. And I'm not going to mark that. Great. This is good news. I'll start by clearing this one. So behind this door we'll have something dangerous. I'm just clearing through this. We will have a spawner, and you kind of need to be a bit aggressive, but you also kind of have to be not dead. Okay, that was really easy. They didn't even get to spawn, but that can be dangerous if you just stand at a distance and try to kill them as they spawn. Then you're not gonna get anywhere. Here, if we look at that one, we have the location of the elder. Okay, so it didn't stagger, so it actually got a shot in. So better to... Let's have a look here, look around. We got 2 circling cores for this. And this is the location of the elder. It's pretty far away, but we at least know where we can find the next boss. That is a good thing. We'll be continuing clearing this, and then if there's something more exciting, we'll be jumping back into that. Alright, we have another challenging thing. I think that's a poison zombie we have here. We can see something sticking through the door, and there are a few ways to do that. We can be cheesy. Can I kill it through the door? No, I can't kill it through the door. Let's see. We can probably also shoot some fire arrows. But we're going to be trying to do this. This is a difficult one. Rancid remains, and... Oops. There we go. Yeah, this kind of hurts. Let me see if I can parry it. I can. Okay. Good. That's a bit more dangerous, but we can still deal with it. So we continue down this part. The spawners, the ghosts, and the rancid remains. Okay, so we've actually seen all of the bad stuff that can happen. But hey, every time there is a bad stuff, there is a reward for it. In this case, 1,000,000 circling cores. That is amazing. We also apparently get a lot of arrows and feathers sometimes in here. Good. Awesome. We'll clear the rest, and then we can move on to the next challenge of this zone. That was an incredibly rewarding 2 locations. We got 18 circling cores and a lot of gold as well. So this is what we picked up from the 2 burial chambers. You're probably not as lucky as this. This is what you call streamer luck. So that is very nice. What I'll be doing is I'll go in. It's getting evening. It's getting gloomy. I want to go in here to my own little house, get warm and comfortable, and then sleep until tomorrow. And then we'll be starting mining some copper here. So now we are at the copper deposit, and it's early morning. What we can do is we can start chopping like this, but actually what I would prefer is, or at least sort of for showing you how big this deposit is, because it's very easy just to tap what you get and then maybe get like 40 or something and then go like, well, that's it. But it's a lot bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be chopping around, not trying to tap any of it, but just giving you an illustration of how big this deposit actually is. And then we can start mining it afterwards. Oh, fuck me. I felt someone was looking at me, and someone was looking at me. This is not good. Or maybe it's really good. I don't know. It's probably really bad. That's probably really bad. Okay, it's time to get the troll. But also, take a look at how big this copper location is. The troll, I don't think you can get here. Well, this is also another way. Well, when it comes to trolls, you want to kite them. And you want to use your fire arrows. Because as you're kiting, you just let the damage rake up while you're just basically kiting them away. They are pretty damn dangerous. They will kill you. I mean, this is not the worst one. You can probably take a hit or something. And yeah, okay, well, this is good. This is throwing rocks. That's much better than what else we could get. Okay, this is great. You can abuse this. Yeah, turn your ass. That's fine. And then we just let the fire do the work. That's brilliant. I mean, it could not go any better than this. I mean, that's maybe a bit premature to say this. Somehow it'll probably find a way to get over here. The good news is also... Oh, I missed the troll. Also, those arrows, they actually deal damage. Lead the troll. Lead the troll. Lead the troll. It's like Twitch chat. There we go. Just... And then he'll throw an arrow at me. I hope. I want to make sure that you are... That one. It deals a bit of damage to this location, so that's good. I can't believe I was lucky how lucky I was that it was when it was all the way around. Otherwise, I would have so much trouble. You are not going to find an easier case of troll hunting than this. So we'll take it. We'll take it and be happy. But you can also see it has a monstrous amount of hit points compared to how little damage we do. Okay. Ah. And you're gonna need a lot of arrows. And do we get it? No, we did not get it. And you have to be careful. Sometimes they will just give up and then run back to their location. I'm gonna take that hit. No, I didn't take the hit. We can also switch to the other arrows now that we're standing here, and they will do more damage. And then hit shots, 30 damage, good. 50 damage for a headshot. 39. Alright, let's try to get more headshots. There we go. 30. 41. And... dead troll. Right. Abusive? Nah. But they have actually knocked off some copper here. Or he has knocked off some copper. And what we get for our trouble is... Let's see, we get troll hide, 5 troll hide, 1 troll trophy, they're nice to have, and a bit of gold, that's what we get. And it also is a pretty good opportunity, even though it's evening, to take a look at this massive size. This is our burial chamber before, and we just had like this little spot here. Now we have all the way around, and I was digging like a really big ditch all the way around. So this is where we can now start mining. It is night, so we'll return in the morning for some extensive mining. Also to note, I have been running back 4 times to repair the antler, just to cut around. So it's probably a good idea to bring both antler pickaxes so you can do those. Let's go back and repair and be ready for another day. So this is it. This is the size of this location. As you can see, it is way bigger than anticipated or that we looked at. And I can't chop any further down, otherwise I would. It just doesn't really allow me to go any further, so that's kind of we reached the bedrock. Sometimes you're able to sort of undermine it completely. If you do that, then it's going to be much easier to mine it. I'm going to be standing down here and mining it from the bottom, and then hopefully some of the top will just collapse on itself, which would be nice because that will make it a less chopping for me. So with a bit of daylight remaining, I will just start on the chopping part. And we'll come back once it either collapses or we are somewhat have something interesting to tell instead of just watching the chopping simulator for the next, I don't know, half hour, I guess. So we're here back in the morning, and what I've been doing is I've been following an undermining strategy. And what that means is that below ground here, this is no longer connected to anything. And according to sort of laws of physics and stuff like that, it should be collapsing. It's not quite collapsing by itself, and I feel that it should be. Sometimes it is, but what I'm going to do then is I will be... Oops, let's make sure that we'll go on top of it and start mining from the top, because we've taken everything at the bottom, and then maybe at some point when we start chopping from the top, it'll just decide that, you know what, the whole damn thing needs to collapse. So we'll just chop down up here, and then we'll see if things just start raining down. Well, shit, that was me raining down, not anything else. Try again. There we go. Now things start crumbling around us when we start hitting, I think... Oh! Hopefully more of this will crumble, but some of it will probably not crumble. Oh, I'm actually getting smoke from my fire down here. One of the cool things about it is that you can actually have a location here for repairing while you're in here, because it's actually counting as sheltered. Oh, look at that. We are going to pick up our... all the copper that fell down, and I'm gonna throw all of this. So once you throw something down, it won't be picked up by itself. So this is actually, it's okay. We're making progress. It's not as fast as I would have hoped, but we are making progress. And so we're almost at the end of our mining operation. We have just a little bit more. Oh, I know I fell down. Damn it. Just the last bit of this, and everything fell down. We are picking up the last bits of copper here, and everything else is just stone that's lying around. And I will just be throwing that out, that and that one, and that one, and I don't even need this anymore. We have 18 more. That's not a lot, actually, compared to how much I thought we should have. But anyway, we also have brought some of it back. I will bring all of it back to my little house, and then we'll be taking a look at how much we have in total. So when we all back here, we have 118, and people are usually saying it's between 100 and 150 for the entire thing. But if you just start chopping from the top, you'll maybe get like 30. But this is a lot of work, and it's also been, I don't know, like maybe 10 days in game of progress. So that is that's a bit stressful as well. Well, not stressful, but exhausting. So we have one of our troll hides. We have some of this. We have our circling cores. It's good. The one thing we need is we need some tin. That's the only thing we're missing right at this point. And tin is found in the Black Forest by the river. So we need to find some Black Forest and river area. I don't think this area has any river, or not river, but next to it. But I think there's a little patch of Black Forest around here. So maybe we'll just go down there and see if we can find just a little bit of tin at that location. And so here, early morning, we are coming down in the little segment we have of Black Forest by the river. And we're looking for stone segments like this. This is a tin deposit, and they are much easier to mine than the copper. And they, on the other hand, they only get half as much. You don't, or you only need half as much. But they are very easy to get, so we'll just run around and get whatever we can here. You'll generally just in the beginning, well, we don't need a lot, but we do need some. They also weigh a lot as usual, So we'll get these tin deposits. It looks like we can at least get in this little segment 4 of them. So it actually doesn't take much sort of coastline in order to get the tin. It's very much the copper that's going to be your bottleneck, or actually the mining time for the copper that will be the bottleneck. And I think we're already out of it and into the meadows. So let's go back to our little temporary hut and consolidate what we have and find a way to get it all back. Now we have a problem at this point. The problem is that if we pick up everything, we have 1358, and that's not even everything. That's just what we have here. So what I need to do is, or what we need to do is, we actually need to go in and build a crafting thing. We need to make this one crafting to charcoal kiln to make coal, and then we make the smelter in order to make to smelt some of it. Because when we smelt it, we can get the first bit of copper, and we get the smelted copper and the first bit of smelted tin. So let's get those things going. Once we have that, we will get new recipes, and those new recipes we can then use to make some bronze, and then some bronze nails, and then with the bronze nails we can get a, oh no, don't destroy my house, oops. Yeah, and then with the bronze nails we can get a little cart that we'll actually be using to get back to our home with. So we make our charcoal kiln, and we make our, here, this is because we were lucky and get more than 10 of these, certain cores, because we need 10 certain cores for this, and then we need to go up here, get our smelting part. Let's get just a few of these. I think we only need like 1, and then we need 2. Let's get that smelted first. That one, copper, and tin. And as soon as we have some here, we can start smelting, and now we'll get to smelting. So let's get the 3 of these items we need. I think you need 2 coal for 1 brick, so we actually need a lot of wood to complete this part. And so we have the first bits here, and let's see. There we got that, and this is when I realized that that's not gonna help, because what we need to do is we need actually to make a forge, and that needs 6 copper. So let's get 6 copper first, and then we'll have 2 copper more and 1 tin. That's what we need. There is another way to make coal as well. If you have some more food, like that you can make over a cooking station, then you can also just burn it to a crisp and get some more coal. That's also another way. If you just leave it, it becomes coal. We should have what we need for now, so let's start by making. And what are we missing? We are missing a forge. That's just 4 stone. Great, that should be easy for us to get, because we know we have 4 stone here. So we will now make the forge. And oh, doesn't this have to be inside as well? Yeah, I think so. We'll put it right there. There we go. So at this point we can make a bronze bar. That's all we need to do. With the bronze bar we can make bronze nails, which is the first thing we want to do. And with the bronze nails we can now make, I need another bite. There we go. And let's see, what is it we want to make with the bronze nails? We go here and we go miscellaneous, and that is a cart. So that's 20 more wood. There we go. And that will make a cart for us, like that. Not impressive, by the way. Not impressive at all, the cart. But it is the best thing we can do right now. The cart has a really difficult time getting above and below things, and we need to bring it all the way down to here, which is absolute madness. And it doesn't go well up and down the hills, so that's going to be another challenge. So what we want to do now is we need to sort of, deconstruct everything and take the stuff and put it into our storage here. There's a lot of storage. The heavier you put the storage, the harder it is going to be run up and down. So I would say fill up your own storage up to the maximum, and then fill up as much as you can in this location, and then you're ready to run on home. We're going to do that in the morning though. So now we are ready to head out. Not in the right position. There we go. And now we can run back home, and it's a long trek. I need to head into this direction, and you want to avoid as many hills as possible. Now, there is one thing. A couple of things. Actually, there are 3 things in the Black Forest that you also want to get. First of all, let's just pop that one and start running. And that is, you want to get some, well, thistle. You want to get some blueberries, and oh my god, this is horrible. Yeah, this is not gonna go very quickly. Thistle, blueberries, carrot seeds, because then you can farm carrots. And then there's a type of wood as well called that you can get core wood, and you get the core wood from pine trees. Pine trees look very much like fir trees, so I ran around and looked for all the trees, and I couldn't find a single pine tree. That is, yeah, unfortunate. It is what it is, and we'll just. It just means that those are the things you also want to keep an eye on, so you can farm some carrots. Carrots are amazing, and they're needed for taming the boars. Oh, we're getting a bit more in the open, and I'm gonna be running from here, just running all the way back. I need to run all the way down to that location, so it is gonna be one hell of a trek. It's a good place to use your Eikthyr buff for the 5 seconds of better stamina regeneration. Luckily, you don't have to be part of this. You can just wait for the whoosh and see you back in the base. And we're now almost home. You can see that I have 10 seconds left on my Eikthyr bonus. That means it's been 5 minutes of running. That's actually not so bad, not so bad indeed. And we're back. Oh, park it. Oh, we brought a new friend. Oh, there. Park it and say hi to the bees. The bees are happy. And as we are home now, that's a 2-dimensional shrubbery. That's funny. Okay, never mind. What we need to do now is we need to rebuild over here. Some smelting and furnace build. We are going to make a forge inside, and we're going to be starting to smelt all of the stuff we brought back home. So that's also another thing that has to be done. And then we can take a look at the first thing we want to make is actually a bronze axe, but let's get all the infrastructure up and running first. And so it's morning again, and we've built our infrastructure, and it's been churning away all night. We can go in here and repair a lot of things. We can also go up and make a troll leather tunic, for example. Let's try to make one of those. And there we go. We now have a troll leather tunic, and it'll be instead of that one. Perfect. So that will be one thing. Another thing we want to make, which I have already made, is a better axe. So we now have a bronze axe. That is very, very nice. And we also have more stuff out here that's ready to go. Oops. And let's try that. So why is it important that bronze axe is the first thing? Well, I mean, you're spending a lot of time chopping trees, so that's always a nice thing to have. But aside from this, it also gives you access to new materials. And that new material is super important. Let's just to make sure that we get this topped up, not these sent in. Let's take half of that. And also this. This is something that once you're back in the base, just go around doing this. This is why you want to have as much of these as possible. Don't have enough coal, really? Didn't I have coal? Weird. And here now it's just smelt whatever you have and get. Ah, there we go. We had more coal. There you go. Keep flowing. And these are going out. And we are now going to take our new axe out for a spin, and we can now chop down the birch trees. So that is what we're gonna be doing. This will allow us to get the fine wood, and fine wood is something that we absolutely want. And then we get more fine wood from this part, and we will also just. Oh man, I wanted to get an instant kill on this, but alas. So what we are going to use this for, well, if we look at our crafting, we now have opportunities for making a carve, which is a better ship. That means we can now go out and exploring a bit further. We have the bronze nails. We have the bronze nails as well, which is also something we need for the carve. Let's go back and see the carve here. Bronze nails, we got it, deer hide, and fine wood. The other thing that is the most important is the portal. So now we can portal out and, more importantly, back home again. That will be the 2 most important things that we can build in here. And that will basically be where we are ready for the next part, because now we have mobility in terms of portal in terms of the carve, which means we can go out like really far away and go exploring towards this one where it is the closest one we can have, and there's no way we would want to go out there without being able to teleport back. So that is definitely a thing we want to do, and that's going to be in the next episode. So I hope that it was useful now how to get started on the Black Forest and get to sort of have more industry built up here. As you can see here, we got pretty good industry going, and that means now it's just turning our way through all of the tin and copper we have, make it into bronze, make all of our equipment better, and then everything's going to be smooth sailing, and we can steamroll our way through the Black Forest and slowly get ready for the boss and get ready for the next zone. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this, be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me, and it also helps sort of spread the message that there's a new series. I'm also streaming this live on Twitch, so come on over and be part of the exploration and design process for this on Twitch. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.